Good afternoon, everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart, and this is the stock trade ideas for the week of May 12th. Today is Sunday, May 11th. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day here in Dallas, holding off a little bit of rain. Partly sunny, so hope it's nice where you guys are at, and hope you have a wonderful day. All right, we're going to start off and we're going to review. So we've got 11 stocks that we're going to talk about, and 9 out of the 11 are from last week. Trades I got out of, trades that I'm currently in, and then 2 new trade ideas I want to talk about for the coming week. And of course, we can always encounter more during the week, but this is as of right now. So Las Vegas Sands, we're going to start with this one. We got into this one on May 1st, okay, thinking that we were breaking a trend line in here, you know, getting above the 10. 10 was crossing above 21, and it started to pop here, but got this doji, and I remember seeing the doji, and it bothered me a little bit, and I thought, okay, if this is really going to trend, I should not get a close below the prior day low. So that was the stop that I said that I was going to use, and when I got this close below this low here, we exited. Okay, so we had a 10% loss on the option position there, and we were just in for, what, 3 trading days. So that was Las Vegas Sands. The next one was MGM, which is very similar, but MGM worked out a little better because it had a bigger move on the initial pop. We got in again on the 1st, had this really nice move up here, thought we were going to run, breaking this trend line, really thought we had a chance going up to at least retest this high, and then pause, and then a close below prior day low, actually below the last 2 days low, and we got out. Okay, we said okay, and it was a good thing because it just continued down for the next 2 or 3 days. So and so the profit we got there was not huge. Again, small profit, almost offset the loss on Las Vegas Sands, but not quite. It was like a 9% gain. So okay. So that was the 2 casino stocks. So now back to, let's see, American Airlines, which is one we're in. We got in on this day here on the 6th. We're still in this one, trending. I do think we have a possible little head and shoulders here, or you could almost say this is a cup and handle type thing. I'm not super big and up on the cup and handles. Sometimes when you see them, they're great. They're not the traditional chart patterns, but it also, you know, it's one of those that was initiated by, I think, William O'Neill, you know, it's become fairly popular to use. And sometimes when you see them, I mean, they really do work. Now, so what I'd really like to see is this thing to keep moving and pop on up here. It's been 5 trading days. Well, the next day, tomorrow will be 5 trading days on this. And so when it gets tomorrow, at the end of the day, if it's closing below this low here, tomorrow I'll be looking to exit, because I want to see again, you know, now granted, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it takes you out. But right now, you know, I'm being a little bit cautious in here. And you know, the frustrating thing is it got within 20 cents of my target, my initial target. So we could have grabbed some profit. We just weren't quite there. And it always bothers me when I almost hit my target and then it turns away on that. I've had a couple of trades like that in the last month or 2. And so when I get really that close and then it turns back down away from me, so then I get a little bit more cautious. So trying to play some defense in here. So let's see, that's American Airlines. Next one is Silver Wheaton. Silver Wheaton, we got in, breaking this trend line here, slightly below this low, right about in here. So we're still in these puts, and got a doji bar here on Friday. So a little bit of indecision, moving up and down here about 50 cents, not a huge trading range. This is not a super volatile stock. The average true range on it's 54 cents. So that's it on Silver Wheaton. We're just going to continue to try to ride it. I'm looking forward to continue down. The next one after Silver Wheaton is, let's see, Goldman Sachs. Okay, now Goldman Sachs is a trade that I got into back in April. It's back here. We got in right about here. We rode through this pullback. We got within a couple of pennies of being stopped out. We didn't. It reversed, came back down. And I thought, okay, great. We're going to come down, at least test this low, which was my target. We never even got there. Okay. And then it turned back up. And so I continued to tighten the stop. And when it pulled back up to the 21-day moving average, I said, I'm out. Okay. As soon as it hit that, I said, I'm out. Now, we could continue to come back down around, but I really thought that with this reversal bar here and breaking this trend line in here, I thought it should have gone, and it didn't. So next, we'll just have to see. And let's see. After Goldman Sachs, we're going to look at 3D systems. Okay, 3D systems, after this pullback, trading above the 10. The 10 was still slightly below the 21, which was below the 55, and which is below the 233. So they were all kind of lined up negatively. When they broke the 2-day low, I said, let's buy some puts. So we bought some, had an initial target. It hit the initial target, grabbed half, sold half the puts, grabbed some profit, and said, okay, I am not going to walk out of this trade in the negative after being up on half my position. So as soon as the bid on that position, bid on those options got back to where I initially bought them, I exited. So exited at 0 profit on the second half and grabbed profit on the first half. So that was it. It was a 2-day trade. So got in on the 8th, out on the 9th, and that's it on 3D systems. I really thought and was targeting that it would come down here to 40. I thought what I'm doing with the Fibonacci deal here is I'm thinking we had an A, B, C, okay? I was expecting this C move in points to equal the A move, and it would do that at 40. But I'm also in the trade to make money. And I'm not, that's what I'm trying to do with the trades, is to make money, not to absolutely say, well, I've got to be right on this projection down here. It's like, no. I mean, if I start to get back where it starts to take money from me, I'm not going to let it I try not to let it do it. I mean, you're not always successful. Okay, the next one is Diamond Offshore. Now, this was interesting. This is a little bit of a counter trend move. Could be. I think we're in a corrective action here. I talked about this, A, B, C, okay? And then when I got this reversal bar in here, we got puts right before the close. When I saw this reversing, went to a higher high, came back down, closing below the close of the last 2 days. It looked negative. We got a good follow through on Friday. I'm looking to get a little bit more follow through, not a huge move on this thing. Looking for a move probably that's equal to this first move down here. So it's like this move here is about 4 points. We had a pullback. So I'm looking for a move down into here and exit out of the trade. And I went with May calls, which I rarely go with anything very, very short time frame on that. And so I'm not going to be staying in this, I'm looking for this party to end fairly quick. Okay, that's Diamond Offshore. Number 8, Valero. Valero is another one. We're getting some divergence in here, and I talked about this on the trade, how I had seen this pattern, and I saw it replicated here, and after a move up to the top, this rolled over. We got the move up to the top, so I'm looking for it to be rolling over, and since I'm starting to see the divergences and I'm getting closes below the 10, that's what I'm going for. And it was moving pretty strongly to the downside on Friday, so we'll see. I feel like we could be fairly well positioned. We'll see if we continue to get the follow through down and break this trend line. That's what I'm looking for it to come down and break the trend line. Okay, the next one, I'm not sure if I talked about YHOO yet. I think I missed that. Silver, Wheaton, Goldman Sachs. I don't think I talked about YHOO. That one actually we got out a little bit earlier. I tried to do this in the order that we took the trades and did the trades. Okay, this is one where we got in. Let me look back here on the 7th. No, it was stopped down on the 7th. We got in on the 1st. So that was right in here. So again, a couple closes above the 10. Thought the 10 was breaking above the 21. Thought we were getting our turn in here. Thought we were breaking this trend line. Thought we were going to push up and break this trend line and move to a higher high. But we are in this corrective action in here, the thing about corrective waves is they constantly overlap and you never know what else they're developing into. When you get into impulsive waves, they're a little bit easier to read. And when you get into the corrective action, it gets a little bit harder many times. So we got this move up, we've got in right in here, and then I had the 2 ATR initial stop. It actually, because of this big move down here on the 7th, it actually came down and hit the 2 ATR stops. So we got stopped out on that trade, and that, 56% loss on that trade. So that kind of hurt us, but we'll have trades that offset that during the month, and you gotta decide when it's wrong and when it's not working. So that's what happened on YHOO. Okay, that's it on the trades that so those are the trades we're in. So the ones that we're currently in are Diamond Offshore, Silver Wheaton, American Airlines, and Valero. Okay, so we're in 4, and now we're looking at CTRP is one I'm looking at here. We're getting this close back above. I think, again, now we're looking at a sideways correction in here. I think there's a real good possibility that we've gotten our ABC sideways, because when you step back on this, this is a little analysis I've been doing for something else about gaps. Actually, it's a well, I'll talk about this a little bit later, but this move, I think we've got a wave, big wave 1 up, we got a big wave 2 pullback, and so now I think we're in a wave 3, and I think we've had wave 1, wave 2 of wave 3. And so when you get that, I'm now looking for this wave 3 to head on to the upside. And in fact, we got this nice strong close above the 10 in here and breaking this trend line. I am looking for this to continue. So I'm looking for an entry point. I'll have the details on the Trade Ideas webpage. And again, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Just opt in on one of the forums, either following the blog or on the homepage, so you can get access to the Trade Ideas webpage and download the 5 Essentials PDF and become a follower beyond the chart. So I'd love to have you do that. And so this is what I'm looking for. This is the direction. We'll see if it continues to follow through and does that. So you lay out a scenario, you see if it starts to follow it, and you just go from there. That's all you can do. Now let's go back to Freeport McMoran. This is one that I had posted a couple of times, several days in a row, of looking to buy puts. It never hit my entry point, which was slightly down here. It got close, but never did. So here's the thing on Freeport. The more I looked at this, the more I realized that I think we've done this big correction, this big A, B, C correction. And I think we've had 5 waves up here. So when I get 5 waves up like this, after it's been correcting, that makes me think that this is the start of a new impulsive move to the upside. Well, now you're going to get a wave 2 pullback. So what I'm doing, these Fibonacci numbers retrace. I measure out this distance here, and this is retracing 50. This dotted line is 50%. This one is 61.8%. So if I get a pullback down here into the 50 to 61.8% area, I'm looking for wave 2 to end and wave 3 to start and push higher. So instead of trying to buy a puts and do a little pullback, once I realized that the pullback is probably going to be fairly minor, at least that's my guess, I said, okay, I'm just going to sit back and wait. So that's what I'm doing. That's the watch on Freeport. I'm looking for it to pull back. I'll wait and then look to try to get into calls. So that's the trade idea on Freeport McMoran. Okay, that's it for today. This is Joe for Beyond the Chart. Have a great rest of Mother's Day. Hope you're all doing well. Have a great Monday, Tuesday. We'll talk to you Tuesday night. Thanks for stopping by. Share the video, share the post. Have a great Monday.